excited to advance. You know, to congratulate Ithaca and Coach Welsh. I mean, they're a very classy organization, and you know, there was no quitting them. They fought right to the very final second, and you know, we're excited about getting the win and having an opportunity to move on.
I assume you knew the way they played all year that they weren't going to go away just because you got a decent lead going there.
You know, and we talked to the guys about this. You look at teams, and in the films that we had, you know, they're a team that finds a way to win.
Right.
You know, they know how to win football games. You know, I think that about us. You know, so going into it, you know, you have to prepare for things that aren't X's and O's, and the little certain intangibles that teams that have confidence, that know how to win, bring to a game.
This is for Coach Aamir. Pass rush was amazing there. You had 7 sacks. It seemed like you guys were all in the backfield a lot of times. What did you guys do to get such a strong pass rush?
We just went hard. Just continued our pass rush. We never really gave up on our pass rush. You know, Coach Rowan, the defensive line coach, always told us never give up on our pass rush. Just keep fighting, keep digging. That's what we did there. We just kept fighting.
We thought too. You know, we thought we need different levels and different angles on our pass rush. You know, and we did a thing where we called it Fab Five, and brought 5 guys up and tried to play some man-free covers behind it, and you know, bring Sustin, couple pull up. Every time, you know, anytime we ever use Sustin in a situation we put up on the line of scrimmage, teams always get worried about where he's at. You know, we never have done that before. We've always put him up there and dropped him out, and this time we put him up there and let him be part of the pass rush, and that worked real well. And you know, I just think too, you know, Aamir had a great day of getting around the horn and dipping and ripping and getting back to the QB, you know, which really created problems for them.
The one blitz that worked, 18 coming off the corner, was that something different that you hadn't run before?
I mean, we work on it every week. You know, I guess I'm not I'm a guy who's more of a zone type person, you know, and you know, we really felt like they weren't running the football they weren't running the football period in the second half. And if we know they're going to throw the ball, let's get some pressure on them. On that play, they're in a formation that told us that they were going to run a sprint out. So Sustin, I moved Sustin to the strong side, try and get that quarterback to pull up, then have Julian come off the backside.
In that first quarter, they had the big kickoff return to get them to the 23-yard line, and you guys had 2 big sacks to really take them out of field goal range. How important do you think those 2 big sacks in the first drive was?
Huge. I mean, look at the course of the game. Knowing that, you know, and we talked about it after the game too a little bit. You know, I think offensively we played a really nice game, but there were the few times during the game where we did not capitalize and drive the ball and finish off and score. And we put ourselves in a position, you know, there at the end where that first drive was really important that we didn't let them score. You know, it was an 8-point game. You know, in my mind, you know, if we would have done some, you know, converted a couple different more times, it wouldn't have been an 8-point game.
Same question for you. That big 2 sacks start down again.
Yeah, I mean the touchdown they got on kickoff return. Coach Drass always talks about adversity and embracing it, and I think that's what we did today. And like just the fact that Coach Drass always talks about they don't score, we win. So I don't think that them returning the kickoff really put pressure on us. Like we do this all the time. Like we know how to handle it, and that's what we did.
Did you know? I mean, obviously they're a good kickoff return team. You changed strategy after the second one a little bit.
Well, I think their special teams. They take a lot of pride in their special teams, and they're very good on special teams. They have a great, you know, they have a great return on kickoff. They do a great job on their wall and their punt. So we try to work to make sure we got things there. We did a poor job, you know, and I think they did a great job on their double team. They hit that seam, you know, and we're not a safety team. We're taking each lane, and every guy has a job, and we just didn't do a good job with that. Yeah, we changed it. Hell yeah. I would have kicked it about 10 yards by that time.
Jamar, you had a good game out there. 20 rushes, 103 or over 100 yards. What did you see out there?
Line block for me, open all the holes. Coaches gave me an opportunity. I just got to take advantage of it.
Was it, you know, I know you played a lot of big games in high school, but it's a little different being a playoff start for you?
Yes.
Yeah. How'd you feel?
It was good. Every time you get the opportunity, like I said, you gotta take it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you're a freshman, you prepare the whole week for it. So when you get your chance, you gotta go get it.
I mean, what does it mean for you guys to be back, you know, this far? And maybe a couple months ago, people might not have predicted you'd still be playing as a team.
I think as a team, it means everything for us. I mean, we've been here before, especially like we're going back to Mount Union. I mean, I remember my freshman year, I was a part of that tradition where we almost beat Mount Union, and the fact that, you know, we're going back up to Ohio. I mean, I think it means everything to us, and I know for a fact that we're going to have, like, our preparation level this week, the practice is going to be very high.
So, I mean, playing them again? Yeah.
Yeah, it's very exciting. For me personally, it's a challenge, we're going to accept it.
On that second touchdown that gave you guys on that opening drive, your second half was big, and you ended up with a touchdown, gave you 2 touchdowns. How did you feel on that drive?
Felt pretty good. The line was getting a lot of movement. Mm-hmm. Seeing the holes pretty clear. It was just the coaches wanted me to carry the ball that drive.
I mean, it's fun to score on a 50, 70-yard play or something, but is there something to be said when you take 15 plays and take 8 minutes off the clock and get a touchdown?
It should tire defense out,
right?
Most defenses. So.
Plus, it's keeping their offense off the field.
We're conditioned to do it, so it feels good when you just basically punch a team in the face the whole way down.
Would you say that goes with your style of running as well?
He's too humble to say this. You know, when we lost Ricky last week, you know, we went right to Jamar. Jamar he's a downhill runner. You know, he's got that great body lean, and you know, we know the more carries he gets, the stronger he's going to get. You know, and he won't say that, but I'll say it for him. He's a friend. We're just making fun of him, saying once we get him in the weight room, you know, look out. I mean, he's only a freshman. He's got such a great attitude, and he's very humble. So we're real proud of him.
What do you think about him not Union?
You know, our whole philosophy once we get into the playoffs is to advance. You know, and you can't, whether you're playing Mount Union or Baylor or Whitewater, whoever it is, I mean, you got to keep the same mentality each week. You know, you can't go there thinking that that's a stag bowl. It's not. It's you got to defeat Mount Union to get to the Final Four. You know, and you know, the one thing I think we've learned here at Wesley is to really embrace that mentality. Because if you don't, you know, if you throw all you throw everything into one basket and say, hey, we're going to go beat this team, you know, then you know, your team you can't see the forest through the trees. I'm excited about going back there.
You know, and like I said, with this team, I want to, you know, like I said, a month or so ago, maybe it looked like you weren't even.
Yeah, we talked about that. You know, we walked off the field at Rowan, and I'll be honest with you, you know, and I walked right up to you. I mean, and as I was talking to you, I was thinking, well, you know, all the injuries and, you know, all the young guys starting and the freshmen are catching up to us. And these freaking kids regrouped, you know, went down to Charlotte, you know. Charlotte was 5-6 and beat a team that had 63 scholarships. You know, when we did that, it was like everybody just looked at each other and said, man, the possibilities are still there. You know, and that was a defining moment for those young guys. You know, I remember that after that game in the end zone, just being so excited for them. You know, and you know, after the Rowan game, you know, I had my doubts to see if we were a Final Eight team or a team that's going to play for semifinals or whatever. But now I'm so proud of these guys and excited to have the opportunity.
They figured out just how to win. I mean, it's not always the same way. It's not always the easiest way, but it's. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, figuring out how to lose too.
Right.
You know, when you find a team that don't know how to lose, that Rowan game will kill you. You know, these guys regrouped and came back from that.
Any more questions, guys?
Okay.